What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. As you can see behind me, there are two red fuel tanks in the bed of my truck. So I grabbed those from my father's house this morning because unfortunately, after the snowstorm over the weekend, one of our guys pulled one of our gas pickup trucks into the shop and filled it with diesel. So obviously diesel doesn't go in a gas truck and that'll just cause problems. So I have these tanks because we are going to try and siphon all the diesel out of it and then add regular fuel and run it and hope for the best. Hopefully he never started the truck. If he did, then that means that there is diesel through the whole fuel system, and obviously that'll just cause more issues. And I'm not sure how that will run with diesel going into the motor and stuff. Granted, it will only be a little bit, I don't know, but it could be a big issue if he did run the truck. So I'm about to back into our shop here and get these fuel tanks unloaded, and then we are going to start siphoning out the diesel. And really we're just hoping for the best. If we can get all the diesel out and then fill it with fuel and it runs good, then our job is done, but who really knows? So after that, I have to work on my truck and get all the frozen salt out of the bed because the whole sander is clogged up right now. So I'm either gonna have to grab a bar and try and break it all up till it's small enough to fit through the gate on the back, or I'm gonna have to open the grate on the top, go down in the sander and throw everything out. Not really sure which one would be easier right now, but that is later on today. So let me get in the shop and get these two fuel tanks unloaded and start siphoning this diesel out. All right, guys, so here's the truck, and since they already drove it, I am just gonna start it and drive it into our shop instead of trying to drag it in there. I'm gonna hope for the best. Hopefully it runs decent enough. I only have to go right to the door, like right there. So it's not that far. All right, let's start this thing and see what happens. Plow up, put it in drive. Oh, it is running like absolute shit. It is running like absolute shit. Come on, come on. Oh, this thing is running like absolute shit. We're not even, oh, come on. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. We're not even gonna make it into my shop. Look, it turned off. It turned off. Uh-oh. I think we're gonna try and pull it. Let me get it in neutral at least. Yep, running like absolute shit. All right, guys, so we tried to stick that hose on that tank down into our fuel tank, but there's either a filter or it's hitting the fuel pump or something, and the hose can't get into the tank. There's something there blocking it. So we have our hose here connected right there with the band clamp. So hopefully once we get this pump turned on, it will suck everything out. This hose runs down into the fuel tank. This is our easiest option right now, but we're not 100% positive on this working. So all right, so that didn't work. It was just sucking too much air for some reason and not really sucking the fuel. When I would turn the ignition on in the truck, it would send a little bit, but then it would just stop again. So we are considering dropping the fuel tank, but my dad doesn't really want to do that, so we're trying to find an alternative way to get this fuel out of here. But right now we're kind of at a standstill, so I will fill you guys in when we figure out what we're gonna do. So my dad called a mechanic and he's gonna come tomorrow and pick this up and put it on his lift. He said once he gets it on the lift, it's a lot easier to get to the top of the fuel tank. But I don't know, I'm not too convinced that they're gonna have an easy time working on this. So either way, we're done working on this. We couldn't get it. We're gonna tow this back outside in a little bit, but for now I have to go check a road because a lady called saying that there's snow in front of her driveway or something from the storm over the weekend. All right guys, so this is the customer, well, the homeowner that called, because as you can see the snow is pretty far from their mailbox, and I want to try and find the curb here before I come in and wreck it. I don't really know where it is, but all right, I can't find the curb. The curb? There's no way. There's no way. That's so far from the mailbox. Everything is ice underneath, so it's hard to find. But yeah, I'm gonna clear this back a little bit more, and hopefully they're happy with it. So let me set this up here. All right, so we are about to yank this out of here and put it back in the parking lot outside. We have a tow truck coming tomorrow morning or tomorrow at some point to pick it up and bring it to a garage who's gonna work on it. So Rodrigo's gonna hop in the forklift, I'm gonna hop in this, and hopefully we can get it into that parking spot over there. All right, so we got the truck back in the spot here. It wasn't too bad. Luckily, we had the forklift to push it. So that'll stay there until tomorrow morning or whenever the guy comes with the tow truck to grab it, and hopefully they can get that drained and running good in a short amount of time. But I think we're going to take a lunch break quick and then probably start working on the frozen salt in my truck. So I will see you guys in a little bit. All right guys, so I have my truck here filling it up with diesel because I parked it after the storm with the light on and I knew it wouldn't be getting used, so I just left it and I figured I would fill it today. But once I am done with this, I'm going to climb up in here and clear all those big chunks out of here. If you saw my last video, you know that my day during the snowstorm didn't end too well because I ran out. Well, I didn't run out because if you look here, here, let me climb up real quick. I have a ton of salt left in here, but down here I have a bunch of chunks. So basically those chunks are blocking the flow of all this soft salt and it's not letting me get a good spread on the road. So I had to basically call it quits, and luckily we have a couple other guys who are out in the village that we plow, and they decided, well, they didn't decide to, I asked them to, but they went and cleared my route. Well, they didn't clear it, they salted it. I scraped it, they salted it. If you saw that video, you know. But long story short, I have to clear these chunks out. So I will scrape all this salt off the top here and then pull this pin, and that pin will let this whole gate flop up and I can go down in the salter and pull those big chunks out and throw them out by hand. So I'm gonna finish letting this fill up with diesel and then I'll pull over into the salt bin and start working on this. All right guys, so unfortunately this sander pretty much became a big solid rock. As you can see here, I was breaking pieces off and throwing them out, and it's just gonna take me forever right now to do that. So our plan now is to leave this truck inside overnight and hopefully some of it loosens up, because right now the chain won't even spin. There's a little chain in there. As you can see here, that's a chain, and basically it runs through this whole thing and loops back, and that's what carries your salt to the front. But that won't move at all right now, so we're gonna park it inside and then get back to it tomorrow. So I will catch back up with you guys in the morning. All right guys, so I am down at my shop now. It is actually about 1:45, so quite some time has passed, but luckily, when I got down here, Rodrigo already had my truck empty that we left inside last night. So I don't have to deal with that. That is a good thing. But my uncle called me and he needs a dump truck to do garbage with the construction guys. So in the winter, we put plows and sanders in our mason dumps, and they are pretty much just plow trucks. So me and Rodrigo are about to pull one of them in here and pull the sander out of it and take the plow off of it so he can go and do garbage with the rest of our crew, because the rest of our crew does construction year round and really just me and Rodrigo are in the shop full time. So we are about to do that, but right now the truck that has diesel in the fuel tank is on a flatbed. So they are picking that up and taking it to the body shop. So they're gonna get rid of that and hopefully get that fixed within the next couple days for us. And then we are gonna park this truck over in the parking lot and bring the mason dump inside that we need.
Let's go.
All right guys, so we got this sander out of the truck and my uncle is out of here with the dump truck so he can go do garbage. But when we pulled it out, one of these pieces of wood that was bolted in here is no longer connected. As you can see, these bolts were bent, and look, both of them, the one in the front and the one in the back, both bent. That one almost snapped actually. So the other piece of wood was also broken loose. So Rodrigo is gonna fix this tomorrow, and then we will get it thrown back in the mason dump because it looks like there's another snowstorm coming towards the end of this week. Tomorrow I am heading up to Vermont. My brother is also going to Vermont. We're going to my father's house in the morning. Both of us are grabbing trailers with, I'm gonna use my truck and he's gonna use my dad's Jeep, and we're both going, we're actually going an hour away from each other in Vermont, so we're gonna follow each other up, and then when I break off to go to my guy, he's gonna keep going to his guy, and then maybe we'll be able to meet up for the ride back down. But that will be another video. So that pretty much wraps it up for this one. If you guys enjoyed it, let me know. Hopefully we get our pickup truck back soon and there's nothing crazy going on with that, even though it's pretty crazy to begin with. But who knows, we'll see what they say in a couple days. But either way, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave a comment down below. If you didn't, leave a comment anyway. Hope you did though. See you guys next time. Peace.